It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And we're going to look here at Derrick Henry. He's coming off a historic game, topping Adrian Peterson's 2007 mark of 296 yards. It's the Jag.
The first quarter of the season already in the rearview mirror, and off we go in Week 5 on EA Sports. And we will not get a run back here to start. It's a touchback, and it will come out to the 25. So out come the Texans for their opening drive. Bringing them out now in his 4th season after, of course, a memorable 2019 debut. It's Gardner Minshew. They'll run here with a rookie second-round pick, Kenneth Walker. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. The numbers on the ground for Walker a week ago, pretty good as he found himself in the end zone on 2 separate occasions.
And those are the most important numbers because no matter what you pile up prior to the goal line, getting in is all that matters. Putting those numbers up on the board, and they love them when they're 6s.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Here's Minshew. That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. He's at the 30. 10, 5, touchdown, Houston. Terry McLaurin, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Texans go down the field in just 2 plays to take the early lead. The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. That drive started on their own 25. 2 plays, 75 yards later, into the end zone. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. Very short kick taken right at the 20. Now a hit and a loose football. And the Texans scoop it. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. And careless with a football there on the kick return.
And one thing I love about going to practices is trying to get around coaches and hear their catchphrases and what they really emphasize. We haven't been to a single one yet this year where a guy fielding a kick, you don't hear, tuck it away, tuck it away, tuck it away. And this time, they turned it over.
Ball security eluded him. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Now Minshew. Setting up the screen here. This is Walker. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35. Now, hang on here a second. Looks like a Jaguar in some obvious discomfort from that last play. Well, they need to get to the 29 if they want to pick up a first here on 3rd down. Looking to throw it. Minshew. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Justin Houston making his presence felt there in the backfield.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
On 4th down, punt coming from Braden Mann. Back deep, Jakeem Grant. And last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. It'll be called just a 22-yard punt, certainly not what he wanted. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. They'll be led out by a man in his 23rd NFL season. Still doing it at age 45, Tom Brady. the big man in his 7th season. It's Derrick Henry. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. Again, it's Henry. To about the 40-yard line. The numbers on the ground for Henry last week. Just downright unbelievable. I mean, when you amass that many yards, I don't know what else to say.
Personally, I thought it was a game for the ages for him. Ripped off some long runs in that contest, didn't he?
He did indeed. Some very long runs, and that total, scary. On third down, Henry. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. Brady going to go on fourth down. It's complete. Swings it out to his running back. And unable to break away. They stop him a few yards shy. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Texans take over an excellent field position. So they give it up just on their side of midfield. And, yeah, I mean, a surprising decision there to go for that.
Must have a lot of confidence in his defense. Must feel like, hey, we're in great shape here because our defense can hold them because they're really outside of field goal range now. All right, the opposite team. So if you hold them here, you haven't given up any points. You may give up a punt and you're pinned down a little bit, but must have thought it was an okay spot to go for it and decided to be aggressive.
Minshew's throw here taken in by Gesicki. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on second down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them much better opportunity to convert on third down.
They'll try for the first. Now the ball comes loose.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. Walker now on 1st and 10. And he works his way forward to pick up 4 yards there. Second down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 10 yards there, good enough for a Texan first down.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and putting the defense back on its heels.
Here's Zach Moss, who played high school football downstate near Miami. And a good job of just fighting through one tackle there to pick up about 3. Second down coming up. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Running right, here's Walker. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Just a couple on the ground there, and that's going to bring up 3rd and about 6. Minshew sets to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
The kick by Pinheiro is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
Very short kick taken right at the 20. And they'll be set up pretty nicely here as they have it up to the 35-yard line. And we spotlight Derrick Henry now. Whatever he was doing in September, they're hoping that that carries over now to October because he was sensational last month.
He absolutely was, and we all know where it started at the end of last season, right? All the offseason preparation, the weight workouts, the sprints, right? The vision that he had, what he was going to do this season, and of course it all came together with the rest of the team. Those big fellas up front, leverage, and boy, are they getting downfield and creating extra blocks for him.
They really are. Everyone's been doing their job so far to create those holes. Second down, they go again with Henry. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on third down. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
They'll go for it. It's Brady. Trying to force it to Hopkins, and it's intercepted. He's picking it off. And this, Charles, definitely not what they were wanting to see. Remember, he threw 3 interceptions in the loss last week, and now he gives the ball away again here in the very first quarter.
And you have to think that this was drilled into him all week, too, by his teammates, by his coaching staff. They've told him all week long, we've got to protect the football. They probably crossed that fine line with giving him the right advice and saying it too much. And it turned out that it got into his head a little bit.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. They'll set up to throw. Toward the left sideline, but it's incomplete.
A couple of quick incompletions, and now they're just one more away from getting off the field. They've got options now. Could they dial up a blitz here or just drop everyone into coverage to crowd the throwing lanes?
And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. The sack there by Brandon Graham, coming in and bringing him down to the ground.
I remember when I was a kid and all I wanted was a nickel so I could get that soda down at the fountain. And guess what? The nickel came into play well. 5 defensive backs, they covered well, allowed for the sack.
Sodas were a nickel when you were a kid?
No, I just needed the extra nickel so I could pay the proper price.
Okay, how much were they? A dime? What were they?
15 cents.
Here's Braden Mann now, as he'll kick it away for the second time. And here's a very low-line drive, almost whiffed on it. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. Derrick Henry trots back out there and gets ready to go. You start prorating these rushing numbers and looking ahead, he could be on pace for a 2,000-yard season. I don't want to jinx him, but what a year to this point.
But you just did.
Sorry.
That's okay. No, he can overcome that.
I'm not apologizing to you.
No.
Okay.
I like your attitude. But you're right. What's got to happen for it to actually occur? Offensive line has continued blocking the way they're going. He has to stay healthy. But also, it's not just the idea that he's going to run the football, but he's got to run it against numbers that dictate you throwing the football. Sometimes when you have 6 to block and you only have 5 guys, you've got to block them anyway, and he has to make someone miss as well the rest of the year.
We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down. Now a third down throw, but it misses the target. Incomplete.
I know this offense was expecting to do big things, but it certainly hasn't turned out that way, at least not through the first 3 drives. They're definitely going to have to put their heads together and start concocting some offense that'll move the ball downfield.
Dancing to his left. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And now possession's going to go over with a football at the 20-yard line. Minshew, 1st and 10. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. There he goes, right side. And the Jaguars are going to take possession of the football.
And as we've seen, points have been precious so far, and they just threw some away on that snap. And let's face it, as we advance further into this game, that play will be on the minds of everyone who's watching it. They wonder if this is the turning point. Is this the spot where those points were given away? It could cost them a ball game.
Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. They take over here with good field position thanks to that nice return after the interception, as they're already in the red zone, 1st and 10. A first down carry for Henry. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. We should mention, to go along with a great game he had last week, he was rightfully named AFC Offensive Player of the Week.
And he shares that with his offensive line, the tight end, his fullback. He's looking for more and more of that in this game.
And he'll fight his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves him with a 3rd and 3. 10th carry now for Derrick Henry. And he's going to be a yard short. A 2-yard pickup leads to 4th and 1. Already down 2 scores. They're going to go for this rather than settle for 3. They'll try and throw for it with Ryan. The Jags come up empty on 4th down. And this Texans defense stands tall. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
They certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
Off play action, it's Minshew. Oh, this is going to be caught along the sidelines. Probably shouldn't have been caught. He's going to lose yardage there. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
In today's NFL, we're accustomed to the tight end getting downfield and creating plays and wreaking a little havoc in the secondary. Not on this one, though. They diagnosed that one really well.
Tried the dump off, lost yardage. Texans football to start quarter 2. As they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. We're backed up here. Tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. From deep in their own territory, they look to throw. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not getting the first down. They say he was out of bounds. So a big call there that brings up 4th. On is the punter man as he boots this one away. Here comes Grant on the return. Oh, what a move. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. Now the Jags will have great field position to start this drive as they take over on the short side of the field. 1st and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there. Henry up the middle. And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. 2nd down coming up. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. On the counter, it's Henry. And the lane closes up quickly as he'll get about 3 down to the 38. This offense so far on 3rd down, not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. They'll run it again with Henry. And this will not be enough. On 3rd and 5, he only gets 3. They'll run for it with Henry. And I don't think he got there. He did not. They stop him a yard shy. So here are the Texans to take over. They've got the lead here as they begin this drive, trying to get that bad taste out of their mouth from the loss last week to the LA Chargers. Now Minshew on 1st and 10. He'll get this to his tight end, Gesicki. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and it's 2nd down. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Walker with a grab, left side. They'll give him 4 yards there, and 3rd and 1 now. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. On 3rd down, here's Walker. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
This defense is really floating around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
Out now is the punter, Braden Mann. Now this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. From the gun, they will run with McKinnon. A good productive run there on 1st down. He winds up getting 8. They keep it on the ground. This time it's Henry. And the ball is knocked out, and the Texans scoop it. And some room to work. And they will bring this one back. A fumble return for a Texans touchdown. Even the great ones, some of the best, they're not immune to the fumble. And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this.
After review of the play, the ruling on the
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. They keep it with Henry on 1st down. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. The Jaguars at 3-1 here through their first 4 games. And they come in off a disappointment last time out. That put an end to their modest 3-game win streak.
And it always hurts when you lose a tight game, as they did a week ago. I think each player starts thinking to himself, if I could have played better one play here, one play there, maybe it could have changed this team's fortunes. But it absolutely illustrates how important it is to play a complete game if you want to win.
Henry will get it. He's been busy today. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. But just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
There are a lot of different formulas to winning football, but one constant over the years, winning on 3rd down. That pickup there was big because they had struggled throughout this one.
And he'll power his way forward for about 4 yards there on the 1st down carry.
Nice chunk of yards on 1st down. It really opens up your options for what you want to do on 2nd. You go right back to him and hope he explodes, or sucker the defense in before throwing over the top.
And he's down right around midfield after a gain of 2, maybe 3. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. So 4th down coming. We still haven't seen a punt yet. At least here, they're in a reasonable spot to go for.
This I can understand. Some of the others, not so much.
They're going on 4th down. It's Ryan. He's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Jags 1st down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive. Back to the ground now. It's Henry. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
Some good strong running right there. Some power and some explosiveness just about got him into the end zone.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. Ryan. And that throw behind his man. He missed him. Incomplete.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
They set up the screen for Henry. Touchdown! Derrick Henry. A 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Jaguars go coast to coast and finish the drive off with 6 points. Well, it was 3rd and 1. I was expecting run so much for that. They pass it, they score it.
That had the feel of the head coach telling the offensive coordinator, you've got 4 downs here. We're going to go for it on 4th down unless there's a disaster on 3rd. Go ahead and take a shot if you want to. And he gratefully accepted the opportunity and did exactly that. If they didn't get it there, that had the feel that they would come back and try it on 4th down.
So the Jags will keep the offense out there as they'll decide to go for 2. To throw for it is Ryan. It's complete. And he will not be able to turn the corner. He's out of bounds shy of the goal line. And the defense steps up and denies the attempt for 2. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. Yeah, they'll be set up pretty nicely here as they have it up to the 35-yard line. The Texans offense set to regain possession. And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner, they can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
The end result, 21 yards.
Good strong throw and catch right there, and so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Now this throw caught left side. Touchdown, Houston. Terry McLaurin, 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Texans are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Piñeiro's extra point up and good. And that pushes the lead up to 11. Now after the touchdown, here's Piñeiro to kick it off. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And we spotlight Derrick Henry now. Now, the ground game's been good, but they're losing here in the second quarter. Can they use that ground game maybe to work the air attack a little bit more?
I think so, because now you can throw play action off of being able to run the ball effectively. And oftentimes you might want to just swing your back out of the backfield, get the ball in his hands in open space, and just don't get totally away from running it, because some of these runs now, they may pop bigger as the game goes along.
Yeah, they've been good with the run so far. 114 yards rushing now for the NFL leader coming into this ball game. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Inside handoff, Henry. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Now a handoff to Henry. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
And let's face it, we all continue to imagine what we could have seen from Derrick Henry without his injury last season, because he was on pace to be the first ever player with multiple 2,000-yard seasons. Even in only 8 games, he still finished 9th in the NFL in rushing. Simply put, an incredible accomplishment.
Again, it's Henry. And he'll work down inside the 45.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks, allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Now they'll throw it with Ryan. This one caught. It's the tight end, Hawkinson. And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark it down at the 9. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. And they've got 3 tight ends here on 1st and goal to add some extra mass. They'll try and run for it with Henry. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. Straight ahead they go with McKinnon. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. The 2nd down play not much better than the 1st. Just a gain of 1 there.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness, think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well. I wouldn't run it here, guys. You might want to try throwing it. A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
And they're going to try the screen. It's complete. And he is not going to be able to get away as they swarm him for a loss shy of the goal line. 30 seconds remain in this first half as they come up here 1st and 10. They'll try and start this drive in the air. That's going to be caught downfield by McLaurin. 30, 10, 5, touchdown, Houston. Terry McLaurin on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Texans will extend their lead here just before halftime. And oh, it's blocked. And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. The 40, the 20, 10, and he takes it the distance across the goal line for 2 points. That is a play that you just do not see very often. Maybe a couple times a year, the blocked extra point return for 2.
You can't afford to give anyone a free run at the kicker. Oftentimes, it's going to bounce off his hands or chest and head the other direction.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Derrick Henry trots back out there and gets ready to go. And Charles, you can't really fault him. He's over 100 yards already. He's not the reason they're losing.
And that is really unusual because ordinarily when you set the tone this way and have run it this effectively, usually your team's in control. So it's a very strange situation. And you're right, you can't fault him. He's done a great job for his team thus far.
I'm guessing he's saying, feed me on the sidelines. Now will they continue to do it? An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now Ryan. And that is incomplete.
This defense has passed its first 2 tests by forcing back-to-back incompletions. They know there's probably another throw coming on 3rd down. Let's see if they decide to force the issue by sending people on a blitz.
They go play action with Ryan. Rolling to his left. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Normally, I'd say this will lead to a punt attempt, but this offense already shown in the first half that they'll go for it on 4th down.
No, they should have already said, punt it, punt it. Head coach should have already made that decision.
And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the 2nd quarter. Final play of the half. It's Ryan. The catch made by DeAndre Hopkins. And he is going to have the Jaguars first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive. Well, we'll move right through the break then, skipping halftime and back to the field for the start of the 2nd half. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. The Jaguars ready to get going to start quarter number 3. By no means certainly are they out of this contest. 2-score game start of the third quarter, but you feel like if they don't get points and then they give up points, then it can become a slippery slope. This feels like an important possession.
Yeah, and that slope becomes even more slick if you come away empty-handed on this drive, because then you give them a chance to extend their lead. You need some kind of points here, even if it's just a field goal. It's what I call one of those calming drives. Try and slow things down a little bit.
Rolling to his right, and this is caught. Mercedes Lewis with a grab. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Again to Henry. 149 yards rushing for him here as he starts to close in now on 1,200 yards for the season.
If you're in the offensive huddle, you're smiling after that play because you've certainly got them guessing now. Second and short. Could they just hand it off for another big gain? Or do they take advantage of this spot to take a big shot downfield?
Henry again on second down. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. They're going to hurry back to the line now. Here's Ryan. He'll get this one into the hands of Lewis. And he will have a Jaguars first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Well, a lot of times when you get a manageable third down situation like this, you have to think about your tight end, and he comes through for him, picking up the first down.
So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 46. Here's McKinnon on the draw. He'll get it to the 40. Broke a tackle there to get some extra yardage. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. Derrick Henry uses the stiff arm. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. And now they're in the hurry-up. A first down carry for Henry. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. On 2nd and 1, Ryan. Out to the left there and complete to the tight end, Hockenson. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Henry, and he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. Derrick Henry, his 12th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Jaguars are able to cut into this lead as they score on the opening drive of the second half. So the Jags will keep the offense out there as they'll decide to go for 2. They'll try and throw for it. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete.
I don't know about you, but I can't wait for a few years of 2-point tries and see what the data tells us, because a lot of teams want to throw the ball in this situation. This time, unsuccessfully. I just wonder if maybe running the ball might be the way to go.
With it moved up from the 3 to the 2, you would think maybe a few more attempts at running.
I think stats over time may bear out that running the ball will at least be the equal of throwing it in that situation.
There's Terry McLaurin, such an exciting pass catcher as this offense comes out for their next drive. This defense, they wouldn't mind not seeing him again for a while. 3 trips to the end zone. How about that?
I think right now they would happily go to their general manager and say, is there any way you could get a trade for him, bring him over to our team so we don't have to cover him anymore? Because he's really having a heck of a ball game, isn't he?
Boy, he is. I don't know if mid-game trade's going to happen, but good thought. On second down, it's Walker. They juked him. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 16 yards on that one, and also a Texan first down.
Well, that is a running back who is not about to go down easily. He fought his way through the contact until the seas opened up for him. That one caught along the sideline. Did he stay in? Yes, he did. But hang on here. A penalty marker is on the field.
I know it's an emotional game, Charles. You can't do that.
And when you get into your film sessions and you argue your case with your coaches, that's exactly what they say at the end. You just can't do it. It costs your team.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. Now Minshew. This complete to Lockett.
And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line. 2nd down and 3.
Up the middle they run. It's Walker. They stopped after only a yard, taking it down to the 14.
Well, hang on here a second. Looks like a Jaguar in some obvious discomfort from that last play. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside.
And the Jags, Charles, I think they're on the dime here.
Covering a lot of field.
They'll try for the first with Walker.
And he gets the first down yardage before he's brought down just outside the 10 at the 11. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
Now we're 1st and 10 at the 11. Walker now on 1st and 10.
And he's in. Touchdown, Houston.
Kenneth Walker
taking it in from 11 yards out. And they are able to add on to their advantage.
And now Lovie Smith sends the call out. They're going to go for 2 here. And Minshew will throw for it.
And he's got it. So the try for 2 successful. And that bumps their lead up even further. So they elect to pass there on the 2-point try. Sometimes can prove risky. There it worked out.
Yeah, and I love how you bring up that it can prove risky, because if you get it intercepted and they return it, that's 2 points for the defense, but not on that play.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And we spotlight Derrick Henry now. He's been a good workhorse. I know we use the word workhorse a lot, but he's been a good workhorse for him in this one.
No doubt about it, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's what you're looking for if you're a back, because that means everything's come together for you. Big guys up front have created space. You've run through it. You've probably gotten some help even from the wide receivers who want to catch passes as opposed to block, but they're helping out too.
Yeah, everyone's pitching in. He's had a good game. On 1st down, Ryan. And right side, Henry's got it. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. And quickly, they get to the line.
Ryan, a little pop pass, jet sweep.
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down. Running from the gun with Henry. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Ryan.
And this one too low.
A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short...
He's got a man, complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A shotgun handoff to Henry. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. On second down and 4. Ryan. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2. They'll try to run for the first with Henry. He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the first down as he's tackled at the 1.
189 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there, but of course you're going to give it to him.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll try with McKinnon. Nothing doing there. They're going to wind up holding him at the 2. In the backfield, standing alone on 2nd and goal is McKinnon. He's going to get it again. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 3rd down and goal now, and this Houston defense not backing down. They'll look for one more stop. Ryan now off the bootleg. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
And this doesn't end well at all as they stop him far behind the line to gain. They gave it to him in search of his 3rd touchdown, but he's denied. And this Texans defense comes up with a goal line stand. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
Well, this offense, this team, they are rolling right now, Charles. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. You look at the scoreboard, and they pretty much right now got this thing on cruise control.
Yeah, and this is that time of game where you and I have to be prepared, right? Isn't this kind of like that empty the bucket time where you have to go into your blowout material and make sure we have some different things? That's what we're staring at right now, the way this one is going.
Sticking with Walker on 2nd down.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
When people talk about plays being blown up, that's exactly what they're talking about. That's Exhibit A for physical play.
And oh, he coughs up the football near his own goal line. And fortunately for him, he's able to get it back, but it will be a loss on the play.
All I can say about this play is that someone's living right. I mean, he's trying to gain yardage, trying to get upfield. Ball comes free. What's that panic that we've talked about oftentimes that you feel when you lose the ball?
You can sense it.
Oh, you can sense it, and somehow he got to it and was able to recover for his squad.
So from their own end zone here, this kicks away. Returnable for Grant. A very nice job on the run back there. He'll get 23 yards all told. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Henry up the middle. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. And they're not going to... another play, so we... First and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look. Working from the gun, it's Brady. Complete to Wright. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. On second down, here's Henry. And here he'll get it down to the 7. 4 yards on the play, and that leads to the 1st and goal. They'll run it again with Henry. And that'll move him a little closer as he takes it from the 7 down to the 4-yard line.
Henry will get it into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. So a little bit of a letdown there defensively. I mean, look, you're still 2 scores to the good, CD, but things may be a little more uncomfortable than they had hoped.
Yeah, if you kept them at the end zone there, this game's over. You've locked the door on them. Instead, it's still open a little bit, and they've got a puncher's chance.
Chase McLaughlin on for the extra point.
And the lead is trimmed down to 10. That time a 6-play drive. And Derrick Henry able to finish it off with a touchdown run. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and he'll take over at the 25.
There's Terry McLaurin, such an exciting pass catcher as this offense comes out for their next drive.
And I think we both agreed he could have a really good game with this matchup, but over 200 yards now.
I don't think we saw it as that good. And I think what really makes it special is when games like this are occurring, it's not just getting locked in and in the zone and on a roll. It's continuing to adjust throughout the game because, you know, the defense is kicking coverages towards him, trying their best to slow him down, and he keeps getting the better of them.
Yeah, whatever they've done, it hasn't worked. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Able to get the 1 yard he needed, but nothing more.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there, and on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing, in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously, but at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
From the 40 now on second down, Minshew. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away. The Texans on third down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This will be 3rd and 6. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. And they're able to convert on 3rd with a solid gain of 23.
I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10. And that one opened up for him well as he'll take this down to the 26-yard line. 63 yards rushing for him now on 17 carries. They'll run on 1st down with Moss.
And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. It was Justin Houston who got him down.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line.
This will be play number 9 of the drive here as they need 4 yards on 3rd down.
Up the middle, here's is Walker.
And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on third.
Well, that kind of hit will certainly fire up your team both on the field and on the sideline. Tackles for lost yardage, they're always welcome.
This is up and good from Pinheiro.
And that will extend their lead even further.